Here's another interesting poisonous plant, the Sosnowsky's hogweed. So the Sosnowsky's hogweed is a type of plant that originally is native to a bunch of areas in Eurasia, specifically around the Caucasus Mountains. However, it has spread to a lot of places and has become incredibly invasive there in areas such as Russia, Balkan states, Ukraine, Poland. It's kind of a problem. So all parts of this plant all parts that contain sap, because the sap is the toxic part, they have a bunch of chemicals in them which are not great to touch. Even small bits of the sap getting on your skin can cause pretty serious inflammation and essentially chemical burns, which is not great. It can cause tissue damage and lead to photosensitivity, where basically you become way more sensitive to light and stuff, so kind of essentially just increasing really bad sunburns. It can also grow to be very large. It's a very, very big plant, which makes it especially problematic when it's so invasive, because this is a pain in the ass to remove, especially with how big it is and especially with how nasty it is. It's also just a bitch to remove because herbicides will work, but then you risk developing resistance, and also just pulling it out doesn't really work either because it can later regrow from any roots that are left. So even if you leave a small bit of root, it can just regrow. So this plant is really difficult. And again, while it's not lethal or anything, it is toxic and it hurts like a bitch. So it won't kill you, but it'll hurt a lot if you get this sap on you. And there is an interesting fact about them though, that genetic analysis of the hogweed DNA has turned up that they have a weirdly high number of genes. The Sosnowsky's hogweed genome contains over 55,000 different genes, whereas the average for most plants is between 25 and 35,000 genes. So this specific plant has over double the amount of average genes in other plant species in some cases. There's just a weirdly high amount of genes, and we're not entirely sure why or what function all of them serve, but they're there. So yeah, just overall, a really weird plant that has juice that causes burns and causes you to sunburn, and has a stupidly high number of different genes.